Speaking of paying attention, by the way, D-Mac, good to have you back, and I wanted to touch on this, and this slotted nicely. Detroit Red Wings, who KG, I was told they were left for dead, even yesterday, right?
You were.
The sentiment was against them, right?
Yeah.
In the chat, everyone in the WoodwardSports.com chat, sentiment was against them. I think that's fair to say. Now a betting favorite to make the playoffs, D-Mac. And again, you talked about breadcrumbs. If you've been paying attention, I foreshadowed this on Monday, how I thought that this was going to play out. And the Red Wings, lo and behold, control their fate. Theoretically, if they won the rest of their games, no matter what happened, no matter what anybody else does, they're in the playoffs. Philadelphia continues to spiral out of control. And for as bad as the Red Wings have been over the course of the last 10 games, they have gained 4 points on Philadelphia. So, like, for all the sky is falling, people, the teams you're chasing have been worse. One of the teams you've been chasing, as a matter of fact. D-Mac, you alluded to this if you were paying attention. At some point, there was going to be regression to the mean with the Philadelphia Flyers. And a lot like some people say when they say me and my wife out in town, the Flyers were out kicking their coverage for a good portion of this season. What? I've been told that before.
You know what?
In public and in private.
Hey, listen, I didn't tell him you said that, Ken.
Hey, you hit the kick. That's all that matters. You hit the kick.
Hey, when it was on the line.
Hey, you did it.
A lot of us.
It was on the line.
Here. But, Neil, the biggest thing is, I said it last week and I said the week before, no matter what, you think, the skies, you control your own destiny. And again, Gary,
through all
hockey. So the difference is that we're one of the teams here at the end now. This will be, and you know what? The object is this is the last time that we're here fighting, clawing, scratching, getting in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. For a
what do
wild
you expect
card,
in the future? Low key. I know we beat Tampa the other night, but you see how great teams and experienced teams and veteran teams, a couple weeks left in the season, just put a nice little win streak together and just pull themselves
like
out
the
of
Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 8-1-1
right
in their last 10.
And you lost, and your loss
thank you,
was
sir.
to the Red Wings.
Yeah.
In a must. Hey, thank you,
Ben Mo.
So, yeah, I mean, you're in great shape. Now you got home game. I mean, you went through the vortex, and obviously it didn't work out. But you got three. Neil, you know what? When we're looking back, those 3 points that you were able to get in Florida, right? Arguably the biggest three, but it doesn't get any easier. So. Just remember, we can control our own destiny, but we're playing better. I mean, even to that game, and I wasn't, but the Carolina 1-0 on the road. I mean, so you're starting to get it back. You saw guys step up at different moments. You saw friggin' Dylan Larkin play with. Somebody said to me the other night after he blocked the shot and was hobbling, and said, "Yeah, he got the shot." Like that's absolutely to finish the game. So. They're doing everything that they need to do to put themselves in contention because, Neil, you nailed it. The only thing is that you control your own destiny. And when you don't have to count on somebody else, you just count on yourself. And that should be the message going in. It was never going to be easy. You got 5 teams, hanging on. You got to think. And here's the one thing, right? Let water rise to its level. And I think Philadelphia, A, because I don't believe in their goaltending, and B, I like Tortorella, but I think he's a little bit out of touch. When you got a team that's overachieving like that, and then if anybody doesn't know where you've stripped your captain of his C, and I don't know the reason what that is, but that's got to be a little unsettling, especially, in your locker room. I think that the old school mentality is to get some life into the guys, but I don't know if in 2024 the response will be like that. And you tell me in their last 8, they're 2-5-1. So, hopefully they're that way. I know the Islanders won a big one yesterday. Washington's proven it. So forget about everybody else and go win hockey games. Go win your home game on Friday. Go win Sunday. Take care of business. You've put yourself in this position. So I don't know what else anybody wants.
Real cream of wheat. We can't even win a game. Real cream of wheat. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10, man. Those are the facts.
Didn't we beat Tampa the other night? Didn't we beat Tampa?
Yes.
Literally just won a game.
Lost one that and
took 3 or 4 points at Tampa, at Florida.
And should have had 2 points in Florida if you could fucking hold a fucking lead.
Yeah.
The third period. You go back to the last month of the season, look how many times you've been tied in that third period and you've let points get away. That's the biggest thing, right? If you're going to look to something, not to the fact that guys haven't, stepped up different times and whatever. It's you can't tell me, if I look around the room, is this team right now, right? Is it not overachieving for what it was or you thought you were, or it's right where it should be?
Right where they should have been.
Maybe it's underachieving because of the position they put themselves in.
Yeah.
But again, this is where it is. What did I always say? When 96, you might get in a 94, but 90, you just got to look and see how many points do I have to get. So just take care. Just what are there, 7 games left? 7 or 8 games left? Right around there.
7, I want to say.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. The big one is you got a game in hand, against Philly, so you take care of that Friday. So, I mean, exciting time everywhere else. Everywhere else right now. So, and yeah, I mean, just enjoy it. And enjoy it. And this will be the last time, because we sure shit ain't regressing back to going back to not being in these conversations.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Mike O. The Wings are the best of the worst. And Mike, this goes back to the discussion that we had on either Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember which day it was, but this goes back to that, man. Like, I talked about how I thought it was kind of ridiculous that people were going to say, Yzerman's on the hot seat, fire the coach if they finish a point out of the playoffs. But if they get that extra point and they get in the playoffs, then everything's right on track. Everything's great. We're exactly where we're over a point. Over 1 point. Like, the absurdity of it all. And Mike, that's kind of what I'm driving at, man. No matter where you are, you're in the middle of the road. That's what the Red Wings are right now. They're a middle-of-the-road team that came back from the depths. A playoff appearance, while I'll feel good about it, I'll only feel good about it, like, for me, because you get to get a free roll against Boston when you get to go to the table to get sacrificed against Boston or the Panthers or whoever you got, the Rangers you got to end up playing. But yeah, it'll make me feel good. But is it really that different? Is it really that different?
Yeah, going to game bounce.
So if you want to get on this, my question is, right? And my question is to you, I'll ask you guys, and to the fans out there. Here's the question. Is it better for this team moving forward if they came up short with the disappointment of not making the playoffs, with where they were at, with all the summer to think about it, with everything else, and being sort of pissed off?
Yeah.
Or is it more important to make the playoffs for the first time since 16, have a playoff game in LCA? It doesn't matter what happens, even if you got swept in the first round or bounced out, because is it more important that some of the younger guys get playoff experience, right?
Yeah.
Both ways, isn't there an argument that you could see that both will benefit?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's not, it's just sort of like understand what you're asking. And I think that, like, the clarity, Neil, is just to say that you're really like only a notch away from each other, no matter how the result ends up.
Right.
So don't be results driven. So, I mean, if you don't like the way things are, then you don't want to make the playoffs. Because then it's like, if you want a hot seat, then everybody's going to be a hot seat and, guys will be more focused. But
I just think it's crazy, D-Mac, that you're either in or out based on 1 point or 2. Like, that's stupid.
Hi, Gary. Hi, my name is Gary Bettman. I'm going to fuck your league.
You get points for losing.
Can we?
And by the way,
can we put that out? Can that go viral? Like, seriously, like, so that's the thing, right, Neil? To the point where things that we talk about, right, in a league where you don't get points for losing, the Wings are like one of the best teams, right? As far as like overtime losses, like stuff like this.
Chuck Brewer says, well, D-Mac, you know better than anyone. Do the kids need to dip their toes in the playoff water? Bottom line.
So I believe that, I believe that it's always better to get fucking beat the shit out of right? To figure out, okay, you're going to get back up and go get it again. I want them to make it. I want them to see what they're up against and then realize, like, not the fact that I think they can, go deep in the playoffs, but I think that a lot of these guys, because this place hasn't had, this place, LCA, hasn't had a playoff game yet, right? That it would mean more just for a taste right now.
Yeah.
I think it's better. I think it's better that way. And then you can go into, holy shit, we know where we have to get during the summer as motivation.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I can see both ways. So that's just me, because I think it's time. I think that, they are one of the, one of the best of the middle of the road teams, right? And you never know what happens in the playoffs. So I took the clock off. I'm still there. I mean, I'm winding the shit out of it right now, Neil, because I got to keep it going. But let me just say this. Either way, it's not the end of the world, no matter what happens.
Paul Thomas, D-Mac and Neil are just hypersensitive to Stevie Y hate right now. That's all it is. No, because it's nonsensical. Like, based on what? Again, I lay out the reasons every single day that we talk about this. What's your reasons? Oh, they suck. Okay, that's cool. Really profound drop in there on that one.
Or it's been 5 years. That's the argument, too.
But it wasn't 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do this to me, KG. We got to go to the break. D-Mac's got to tell him about D-Mac's got to tell him about Guardian Alarm in a minute. Come on. Don't do this to me, KG.
I would go, I would go, you know why it's not? Because Steve Eisman told me it's not. Nobody knows better the pulse of the team than it was, which doesn't mean that he isn't excited that, okay, they made strides.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is he's sitting here laughing at y'all. Like, he doesn't, he'd be more amused. I get more upset than what it